Hey guys, FREE2PLAY here, and today I'm going to be testing out the new Speed Trials mode in Asphalt 8. This is a new multiplayer game mode where you are thrown into a room with some car around the 1230 rank. There's maybe up to a dozen cars that you can get put in, but it is not up to you at all. You don't have to have these cars upgraded. You can just click it and the game puts you into a room. Basically, it's supposed to be a very free-to-play and skill-based multiplayer game mode because you can play as many times as you want, at least up to 50 per day. You get rewards from it, and so while the rewards are not very good, it's kind of like a more relaxing sort of multiplayer, because it doesn't matter if you win or lose, you still get your little rewards. Every car in this game mode is automatically triple boosted, so you don't need to worry about that either. So in this video are going to be 5 races with 5 different cars, and you'll see that, well, there's not really a whole lot of difference between them. They all go right around the same 207 to 208 miles per hour. And by the way, in this first race, we can see the newly nerfed Corvette C3, which used to go way faster than this and be in Class A. Now it's in a much lower class and only goes, well, 207 or 208 miles per hour to compete in this new game mode. Now, I would consider this a nerf, obviously, because the car itself is just objectively a lot worse, but could it be a buff because it's now better in the class that it's in? I'm not really sure. You'll have to let me know what you think about that. The main differences that you'd find between any of the cars in this game mode would be any differences in nitro efficiency and or handling and drifting, although there really didn't seem to be a whole lot of those either. So for the most part, every car in this season is kind of a carbon copy of the other ones for 95%. So we win this first race against a Fury, an Acura, and a Honda S2000, all of which you could see were at exactly 1230 rank. Now let's move on to the next race in Barcelona, in which I am in a BMW M3, and as you can also see, all the cars start up pretty much at the same speed too. Before I go any further, I want to mention that I will be streaming this Saturday at my usual time, 5:30 p.m. GMT in Asphalt 9. Maybe some Asphalt 8 too, like we did last stream. It was very fun to do some selfies again. Very nostalgic, but yeah, mostly Asphalt 9. So I hope to see you there. I've had a lot of fun in the Speed Trials game mode. I think because it's kind of refreshing and almost feels like what Asphalt 8 used to be. You know, before all the pay-to-win stuff got started. This seems like the kind of thing that they would add to the game in 2014 or 15 or something like that, when a lot of people agreed that the game was at its peak. Unfortunately, that's not really when I was playing the game. I started playing it in late 2015/early 2016, and by the way, you know that pop-up that most Asphalt 8 players have gotten recently about getting some sort of fusion coins and VIP points based on how many years they've played the game? Well, that is directly based not on specifically the amount of years that you've played, but on the amount of time that you have in the game, and then Gameloft tries to extrapolate how many years you've played based on that. Now, for some reason, when I clicked claim on that, I didn't actually get any fusion coins or VIP points, and instead later I got some reduced rewards, which included 20,000 fusion coins and a couple of tuning kits, nitro starters, and extra tanks. So I'm not really sure what happened there. I guess something is better than nothing, and well, I guess not having any VIP points still proves to people that I haven't spent any money in this game, because having those VIP points, even while not having spent anything, would be pretty cool because I get some of the perks, but then I couldn't really prove to people that I haven't spent anything, although I guess that's not really the biggest deal. We have now moved on to the Honda Civic in Orbital Loop, and in this video you will see some cars that I have not really ever tested in multiplayer in Asphalt 8 before, like that BMW M3. You'll see the Acura NSX 2005 later. You'll see the BMW M1. I think I've tested the Civic. I'm not entirely sure about that. And I know that I've tested the Corvette, but not at this rank. So this game mode is a good way to play in a lot of cars that you might not have played in a while. And a lot of them, unfortunately though, have been nerfed from Class C to Class D in order to compete in this. But there don't seem to be a whole lot of other changes between them other than just making them go slower. Like, they still seem to drive pretty much the same. At least I haven't noticed a whole lot of differences between them. So we're slowly catching up up to this other Civic here, RPM Slinky Dust. I'm not entirely sure if he is a real RPM member, but I do know that if he is on Android or iOS, well, he could definitely be in my game now because of the new cross-platform. And I accidentally knocked him down there. Sorry, dude, if you're watching this, I did not mean to do that at all. But I guess in this game mode, it really doesn't end up meaning much of anything because you still get the same rewards in the end after all. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm glad they did. I almost get past it the last second because I go a long way at the end and some other people go the short way. Thankfully, I still managed to come in first with a Fury directly behind me. I have made a video about the Fury, so that's why I didn't think it was very important to put in this video. I mainly wanted to prioritize cars that I hadn't done yet, and wow, I already knocked down 2 people at the beginning. At this point, I was going to have a little bit of fun with it and just try to see how many people I could knock down in this race, so I got another one. I may seem a little bit heartless here, but again, everybody gets the same rewards regardless, so I was just trying to have some fun with it. And I still have fun in Asphalt 8 in general. Since I've come back to it, it's been quite enjoyable, basically as a break from Asphalt 9, which is basically what Asphalt 9 used to be from Asphalt 8 when Asphalt 9 first came out. Oh, how the turntables. Anyway, I was trying to now catch up to this SLR to see if I could knock him down. But as you'll see, things did not go quite as easily as they did with the other cars at the beginning of the race, where he starts trying to push me to the side, which makes sense. Somehow I avoided getting knocked down, and he started blinking, and I went through him and was able to get ahead because of that, and then I made a really sharp turn there. This was just one of the weirdest races that I had in the season, so I definitely had to include it. I actually recorded a total of 42 races in this game mode, but I only wanted to include the most memorable ones, because the vast majority of them were just really boring, just the same thing over and over again. But ones like these, some really crazy things did happen. In this final one, we've got a very close battle with me in an Acura against another Acura. We've also got a white Infiniti, you'll see him later, as well as a Mazda and a few other cars. I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that I've gotten a little bit rusty with some of the best routes and tricks and stuff like that after not playing this game for, well, pretty much 2 years for the most part. And that was a pretty epic knockdown. But I am still trying to relearn a lot of it, and I have accepted what Asphalt 8 has become now. I still don't like it as much as what it used to be, but it's still okay in its own right. And, well, if I'm going to continue to enjoy this game, because it is still very fun, I have to do that, and I have to realize that changes have been made and just deal with them accordingly. I always like to say, do everything you can if you don't like something, but then always make the best of what you've got. So now for my general review about this new Speed Trials game mode. I've enjoyed it a lot. It's very free to play, very accessible. Anybody can just hop into it and have some great races such as the ones that I've had here. The only complaints I might have about it are that the rewards are kind of meager, which doesn't really give a whole lot of incentive to play it, and also the fact that playing in the same cars around the same rank over and over again does get a little repetitive over time. But overall, I give Speed Trials a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt and other games content. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!